chip. Look at the green dot. That's what the problem is when you're doing this stuff, because you never know who you're actually looking at. If I look at myself over here, then I don't look at you guys the way I meant to look at you guys. So anyway, today we are going to start another project. Kind of already started it, but anyway, you'll get to it. It's just going to be a little pouch, kind of like a pouch bag. I don't know, you can put things in it that you need to transport someplace. Anyway, we're going to go over the pieces. We have 2 pieces of 7x13 leather. I don't know how thick that is. I'll get the digital calipers and we'll find out. This will be the first time I do zippers. I got 1 zipper for the bag, 1 zipper for a pocket. These 2 pieces are 8 by 5.5 inches, and they're for the pockets. And this piece over here is for the liner. And the pockets are going to go in the liner, kind of like that. And that's where we're going to start. So anyway, we might do 1 pocket, we might do 2, we'll see. I've never done zippers before, so it'll be kind of interesting. All right, let me go get the calipers and find out how thick this leather is. Okay, so I bought these digital calipers off of Amazon.com, and they were fairly inexpensive and they're pretty nice. And if you roll the wheel, they turn right on. It's got fractions, millimeters, and inches. Fractions are in fractions of an inch. Millimeters are millimeters, and inches are inches. Anyway, we're gonna see what the thickness of the leather is. I can't hold the phone and do that, so just give me a sec. So then we clamp it, and we put it like that, and we get 1/16. Wow. So this is very thin stuff. I don't think I would normally do a bag with 7/28. Let's see, 7/28. So we make it 6/28. So 1/16. So it's anywhere from 1/2 to 1 ounce of leather. So this would be nothing for the leatherwork machine to do. So that's not really an issue, which really makes me question how I was going to do this. So I'll have to think about it. Okay, I was wrong. I was squishing the leather. You don't want to do that when you're measuring. So it ends up being about 5/16. And that way you can slide the calipers right over it and it makes a little scraping noise. So I think it's 5/16, which makes it 5. Oh, no. What does that make it? Let's see. Each 64th of an inch is an ounce of leather. Right, so this is 4 to 5 ounces of leather. All right. Oh, and it is a very soft, pliable, it's like for garments. It's garment leather, really, I think. So, anywho, we're going to make a bag out of it. There you go. And what's going to happen is that it's going to be a rectangular bag. It's shaped like this. The zipper goes up here. And then the liner goes on the inside. So when we're getting ready to do that, we'll figure that out. Now I get to go to YouTube and figure out how to do pockets with zippers, because I don't know how to do that. So I'm going to go over to the leatherwork machine. I'm going to show you what we're going to do over there for this project, and that's yeah. Okay, so as you can see, this is the leatherwork sewing machine. This is my little book holder. This is my cover that I made. It's not perfect, but I'm actually pretty proud of it because it came out pretty good. You can watch that in video. I did do videos on that. Sorry that it's long, but it's in there. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take the light, put it up there. I don't know what we're gonna do with that yet, but anyway, today, or maybe when we get there, anyway, we're gonna use this 92 weight silver bonded nylon thread. Now, when you're using this stuff on the leatherwork machine, there's a special way to, at least for me, I found there's a special way to thread the machine. And the reason I'm using this color is because I think it'll just kind of look really good with the leather color. It looks good on the whatever color, I guess it's kind of a silver. And then it looks good with the blue. So that's why I picked that, because it's the right color for the job. All right, we'll get to doing that stuff in a sec. So for this one, you don't want to put it here. I find that if you do that, it kind of spins, and then the tension and all the thread, when you're trying to anti-tension it, getting the spin out of the thread doesn't really work too good. So what I do with this one is I set it on the floor down here, right next into the leg, right like that. So then I pull it up, and you want it to come right in here, into there, and it actually provides a little tension, so it's all good. All right, what you don't want to have happen is the thread walk off someplace. So I just kind of make sure it's right back there behind that leg. Ideally, there'd be a place where you put it so it rolled. I don't have that set up yet, but anyway, so that's number one. And we don't have a lot of bobbin thread for that color yet, so we'll probably end up having to wind a bobbin. I have a video on that too. You can see that. We're going to take this bobbin out. Just grab that tail, pull this, pull it right out of there. That's the white we were using for the other one, for the other project. Is this project going to come out? Is this project going to come out that good? Probably not. It's not my first project, it won't be my last project, but hopefully today I'll be getting my side of leather where I can make the tote bags that I've been wanting to make. And then whatever scrap we have left over with that, we'll do whatever. Plan on making a guitar strap, 2 or 3 tote bags, whatever else I can figure out. Oh, and this material here, it's pretty neat looking. I don't know what it actually is, but it came when I ordered an auto part, and the auto part was wrapped in it, so it was pretty handy. I said, well, I think I'll keep that and use that for something. So I'm gonna use it for this little pouch liner. Yeah, maybe you could call it a courier pouch, but it's probably not big enough for like a document or anything. But it could be big for an envelope, big enough. So anyway, the pockets, everything is gonna have a 1/2 inch seam allowance. That's the plan. So these are 7 by 13. They're gonna end up being 12 by 6, or 6 by 12. The pockets are, what did I say, 8, I think. Yeah, they're 8 by 5.5 right there. Not 6, 5.5. So yeah, they're gonna end up being 4.5 by 7. And the zipper is basically 7 inches long. So we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna go learn how to do pockets. Thanks, bye. Well, turns out that for what I wanna do here, I am gonna need a domestic sewing machine for this piece, for doing the lining in the pocket. I'll use the Leatherwork, which is way over there, for the leather part when we sew it all together. And this zipper right here is gonna go like right that. It'll eventually look kind of like that there. Should look pretty good. But I'm gonna have the material roll over like that, I think. So, you know, look pretty good. Okay, so the problem I face now is space. Space. Space, the final frontier. Okay, so here we have a Kenmore Model 21. And down there, right down there, It's a Singer Model 128 that's the one I want to use. And we might take this off temporarily because the Singer should fit right on top of this table. So we'll see how that goes. Not going to do that right this minute. Have to think about it some, but basically going to need 2 machines for this project. Didn't know that. Oh yeah, and for the zippers, inside, the inside pocket part, we're not going to use the 92 weight thread either. We're going to maybe find some blue or some white that will go with this. So after learning some stuff on YouTube, I think what I'm going to do is call this the pocket. I have to cut this piece in half, actually, the big piece, because one goes on one side and one goes on the other. So this piece may be on the front of the pocket or underneath. I haven't decided yet, so I've got to think that through and see which way we're going with that. I also got to take this with me and get all of the extra thread that's still in this old we're going to reuse this zipper. So we're going to take all the thread that's in it now out. That might be upside down. That would suck. Is it upside down? Maybe, but I'll right side that up because the video software has the ability for me to rotate the images. Anyway, you can see that there's some threads left inside this, and we need to take all that out. So that's what we're going to go do. Well, we weren't able to get all of it out, and some of this stuff is like frayed, but we're still going to use this zipper because I have it and it was in the box, and I believe in reusing stuff. We got a lot of old zippers, but anyway, we're going to use this one. Okay, so this morning we're getting ready to make our zipper. You can see that I got the zipper box all set up. This will be my first zipper ever, so thanks to YouTube, and I'll be more specific later on who that was. But anyway, now we're going to pin this piece, which is the small piece, and it's going to go onto the big piece, and it's going to go 2 inches from the top down. The zipper is actually going to be, the box of the zipper is going to be 2 inches top from the top, and I'd kind of like it to be even side to side, so we'll measure that too. But anyway, then we'll pin it, and I'll show you that when we get there. Okay, so we got our pins in place. We are not going to use a Leatherwork sewing machine for this material. This material, it'll just bonkers on, and this is too thin for that. So we're gonna pull out the 128, I think, and do it there. We'll see how that goes. I do have some sample stuff so we can get the stitching right before we get there, and we'll figure out what color thread we're gonna use. I'm hoping for a white or a blue, but it's fine. This sewing machine is in this box. This box came with these sewing machines when they were made. This particular one is in pretty good shape. We're gonna take the key off so I can open the box, because these keys were locked. I mean, these boxes were locked. I'm not really sure why they were locked, but maybe it had something to do with people stealing things from each other. I don't know. Anyway, let's get this off of here. Okay, so should probably make it long enough where it can reach the keyhole. Anyway, there's a keyhole over here. You stick this in, and then you just turn it. Once you turn it, you can't pull the key out. So you can take the top. You do have to make sure that the key is open. Okay, so anyway, once you make sure that it's open, then you tilt the thing, you slide it backwards, and it pulls right out. Actually, you slide it forward a little bit. Okay, so that's the cover, and there's the machine. It's a 1949 128. And then it has a manual. I don't remember if the manual's in here. This is where you can store everything. There's the bullet shuttle. I was hoping I'd find my snips in here. I still might. Anyway, we'll look through there and find out. We're gonna have to change the needle out because right now it's set up for leather. And we're gonna get it all kind of ready to go, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, maybe some of you haven't seen a machine like this before. The bobbin is wound over here on this bobbin winder. It's already built onto the machine. It's pretty neat. This is the stitch length adjustment. This one's very stiff. It's all the way open to the maximum stitch length of about 4 millimeters. This is a bullet shuttle bobbin. I'll open up the door here and you can see how that works. If I can do 3 things at once, hold the camera. Anyway, you can see that that's how that goes up, and you can see the needle kind of does a little dance, dink, dink, and there it goes. See that up and down, that little up and down that it just did? It does that like every time, because that's how it actually gets the thread loop to go around the bobbin. It only has one feed dog. Oh, it's got a little one back here, kind of like the Leatherwork has. You can see that it comes up pretty good, does this thing. And also, for this one, because I was doing leather, I actually wrapped the fan belt on the outermost area. It's not really where the belt's supposed to go, so it got stretched a little bit, but works just fine, gives it a little bit more torque. For what we're doing today, we won't really need that torque. Anyway, the thread comes through here. I have to kind of look at the book to remember, but I think it goes over here and it comes down here, goes through the tension, and this also has to go into that take-up spring, and then it goes into the take-up lever, like right there, and then it comes down into this little eyelet down here. Then it comes down into this eyelet down here, and it comes down into the needle, and it threads from left to right. Also, this machine currently has a leather needle in it, which we're going to take out, but I don't think I can do that with my hands because I put it in there with a screwdriver. So we're going to get that out, and we're going to put one of these two back in because these are fabric needles. Everything else I got leather, leather, leather. So it was all for softer leathers and things like that, but the Leatherwork is what I've kind of replaced this with. But for like linings and things like that, we're still going to need this thing or something else.